How would you feel if I told you there's a way you can stop blowing your accounts with this method right here? I mean, literally, it's as simple as my son count to 100.
70, 80, 90, 100.
So in this video, I'll go over less painful journeys that I experienced over the years of researching and of course trading, and even show you and tell you things you should not do so you can see numbers like this in your actual account. Then I'll be showing you a simple risk management strategy that man like Kenneth used, but man like Uncle Powell hates. So here's the first thing we need to stop doing while growing this account. Number one is stop putting 100 lots in $100 account, knowing damn well you ain't gonna get nowhere, especially if that goes down 1 pip. You basically just blew your entire account. In fact, I'll be using this calculator to help you find the proper lot size to use while trading. Now, thanks to me not fully thinking this one through, I did have my developers code this based off of Osprey and Hanko trade spreads. So all you need to do is just round up the numbers and you will be able to use this calculator to calculate the proper risk for your actual account. Now let's go ahead and talk about that. Here's this calculator. I want to show you everything that it does because it's super powerful, and honestly, if you're not using this, and you might as well just say forget this. But honestly, let's get to it. So what you really need to do is ask yourself, what's your risk percent? Risk percent is probably the number one thing on why you blow your accounts. You have no idea what the hell your risk percent is. Here's the idea you can do with a risk percent. What you want to focus on is a $100 account, no more than 15% overall, not per trade, but overall. Because at the end of the day, if you're trading 15% per trade, you probably might get in 4 trades without you even knowing that you're trading 15% per trade. And now you're going to be put in a situation where you're going to basically hit a merge call on your account. And you guys know what that means. Once your account shows margin call, you already know MT4 is going to blow you up on your iPhone or on your Android and tell you, hey, we are about to close down this account, and your account probably is going to reach negative. After that, ask yourself a question. What leverage are you using? I highly suggest you go with the 1 to 500, especially if you're using the brokers like Ospreyfx or either Hanko Trade. But I do suggest tapping in with Ospreyfx just because that is the broker that I am actually using for this video. And also that is the broker that I will be using for all my other videos that I will be doing. And of course you do get a sign-on bonus, so why not? But check them out. Other than that, let's say you decide to trade something out of the ordinary like oil, which I know a lot of you guys don't. Actually, 9% of you guys really trade oil, which is kind of crazy because oil makes me the most money. But let's say you decide to trade oil, and I'm just going to put it in a random number here. We're going to say entry level is at 85.96. We're going to say our stop loss is at 84.32. We now know what lot size we should be doing if we decide to trade this with a $100 account. Now, if you want to go $1,000 account, or if you want to go $100 account or $100,000 account, if it's a funded account like with Funded Pro, you can definitely do 200K funded account, and they will give you the numbers of exactly what you should use for your lot size. Now, once again, guys, if you're not tapped in with Funded Pro is actually using Ospreyfx server, so the spreads are all the same, which basically means this position calculator works even for Funded Pro for anybody that is trading prop firms. Okay, so let's say that you now understand that I should not be risking no more than 15% for a personal account. If you want to do something a little bit extra, I do suggest going 30%, just because at the end of the day, you can make a little bit more money and still have a good risk tolerance. But before we get into anything else, I just want you guys to understand that this is the most important thing you need to follow. And then the second part follows with the first important thing, which is what we just went over. So let's go ahead and talk about the visual of what you can make if your account goes positive. All right, let's break this down like it's rocket science, because it really is rocket science. So let's say you are in a trade and you want to do a 15% overall, meaning that you may possibly get in another trade. So you have to be careful about this. If you know you trade more than 2 trades while you're in one other trade, or at least another additional trade, just knock that down to half. Instead of doing 15% for that one trade, maybe go down to, let's say, 5% or 6% or 6.5% or 7.5%. Y'all get the point, right? So what we're basically focusing on right now is this. If I'm entering in a trade, I want to make sure that my risk to reward is at least a 1 or 2. So therefore, the very first trade we take, if we get in 2 trades, we're going to do one trade at a 1 to 2, which would be here. And then we're going to do another trade at a 1 to 1, which would be pretty much here. So now you guys see how simple this is. Trade number 1, which would be this one right here. Trade number 2 would be this one right here. So if I'm entering on a trade and I know I am risking overall 30%, which we would take 2 trades, we have to divide that by 2. Hold on one thought. Let me figure out this quick math. 30 divided by 2, we're looking at 15%. That was so simple. Why the hell did I do this? Jesus.
A few moments later.
15% per trade, right? So that basically means we're trading one lot, which is going to be 15% of our account. Now, don't ask me what lot size, because I don't know what account size you have. That's the number one question I get asked all the time. What lot size should I do? What is your account size? So there you go. Use the calculator to figure out that 15%. But let's just keep it simple. Let's say we got $1,000 account and we're trying to trade 2 trades, risking no more than 15%. So let's go back to this calculator to see if we're doing these numbers right. All right, so $1,000 and we're doing 15% per trade. That basically tells me I need to do 0.09 lot sizes per, and that will total up to 30%. But that will only total up to 30% if I'm doing a 1-on-1. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we're calculating based off of this right here, right? Now, once again, guys, the numbers you see, 0.09, doesn't actually mean that that is the correct number, but I'm just giving you an example. So what I'm really getting at is, at the end of the day, you will make more if you ride the first trade to TP1 and you ride the second trade to TP2. This is a very simple compounding strategy that I use to implement and grow accounts so rapidly. First and foremost, first trade really should be this one here. Second trade should be this one here. First trade, we get in and it smashed TP1. Once we smash TP1, guess what we're doing with the second trade? We are now moving the second trade to a little profit, never break even, a little profit due to spread, slippage, and all that fun stuff that brokers like to hit us with. But we move it to a little profit, which will probably give us like $5 extra or whatever your actual lot size you had entered. But the moment we let the second trade ride out, this is our potential of us now just making 30%, probably even more on our actual account, because we simply see that we just doubled our account, probably tripled our account based off this. Now, let's say this trade goes left, which can happen. Guess what? We just lost 30% total. So that is also something you want to make sure you understand when it comes to trading, because if you get in a trade and you know that you can win really 60% of your account or you can lose 30% of your account, what do you want to go for? But that's something you got to ask yourself before you get in the trade, because I promise you, if you know this before you get in the trade, then you pretty much will have your answer set in stone of exactly what the hell you're doing and why you keep blowing accounts. Because at the end of the day, I guarantee 99% of you guys watching, I'm literally pointing at you, 99% of y'all that's watching this right now is blowing accounts because you don't even know what your proper risk management tolerance level should be for that account. You just going in trades because you feel like this trade is going to go in your favor, so you want to basically risk your entire account hoping to God that it goes in your favor. Then you wake up in the morning and realize that that whole entire account just went left. So at the end of the day, you want to focus on knowing proper risk and using this proper simple strategy. Like I said, this is the most basic strategy ever and anybody can follow. Once again, if you want to get into our Discord where we go more in depth on all of these different concepts and strategies, make sure you check it out, tradewithsolo.com. We will go exclusively every single month. I drop a very detailed strategy of each individual strategy and compounding strategy. On top of that, we have our bot that calls our signals, and we also do past prop firms for you. So if you want to check that out, link is in the description. Other than that, your boy Solo, drop the comment. See you guys in my next video. I'm out, baby. Let's get it.